For social studies today, we're looking at the state Virginia. So I'm going to read you guys some information on Virginia, and then we're going to watch a cool video with some Virginia facts. So let's get started. Okay, let's see some fast facts about Virginia. Its nickname is the Old Dominion State. It was the 10th state, and it was formed in 1788. Its capital is Richmond, and the biggest city is Virginia Beach. The state bird is the northern cardinal, and the state flower is the American dogwood. Some history on Virginia. Experts think the first people to live in what is now Virginia arrived as many as 18,000 years ago. Thousands of years later, Native American tribes such as the Powhatan, Cherokee, Croatan, and Tuscarora lived on the land. In 1607, Jamestown, the first English colony in what would become the United States, was founded in Virginia. One of the Jamestown settlers, John Smith, was captured by the Powhatans. According to Smith, he was about to be killed when Pocahontas, the chief's daughter, threw herself in front of him to save his life, though historians think this story is unlikely to have happened. In 1776, another famous Virginian, Thomas Jefferson, wrote the Declaration of Independence, and in 1788, following the Revolutionary War, Virginia became the 10th U.S. state. But in 1861, Virginia seceded or withdrew from the Union, what was then the United States. This came at the beginning of the Civil War, a conflict between southern states that wanted to pull out of the Union, including Virginia and the states in the North. Virginia rejoined the Union in 1870, about 5 years after the Civil War ended. Now, why is it called Virginia? Virginia was named after Queen Elizabeth I, who is called the Virgin Queen. The area that's now Virginia was home to the first English colony in North America, and Virginia was thought of as one of England's dominions or territory. That's why it's nicknamed the Old Dominion State. So we have the Virginia flag on the left, and then we have the state dog, which is the American foxhound, the state bird is the cardinal, the state flower is the American dogwood. Okay, let's see the geography and landforms in Virginia. So if you could look on the map, Virginia is south of New Jersey, okay? So New Jersey, you go through Delaware and Maryland to get to Virginia. Virginia is bordered by West Virginia and Maryland in the north, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and the Atlantic Ocean in the east, North Carolina and Tennessee in the south, and Kentucky and West Virginia in the west. Travel the state from west to east and you'll pass through 5 different geographical areas. Farthest west is the Appalachian Plateau, which is covered in forest, winding rivers, and flat-topped rock. Continue east and you'll cross the Appalachian Ridge and Valley, which is full of caverns, sinkholes, and natural bridges. It's also where you'll find Shenandoah National Park. Farther east is the Blue Ridge, a steep part of the Appalachian Mountains with craggy peaks and deep ravines. It includes Virginia's highest peak, Mount Rogers. Next is the Piedmont, a plain that spreads across most of central Virginia. The Piedmont leads to the Atlantic Coastal Plain, a lowland with swamps and salt marshes that stretches to the ocean. Let's talk about some wildlife in Virginia. Black bears, Virginia possums, Virginia northern flying squirrels, and Appalachian cottontails are among the mammals you might see in the state. Bald eagles, golden eagles, and peregrine falcons soar over the area's mountains, while piping plovers and seagulls nest along the coast. Virginia's 28 species of frogs include green tree frogs, mountain chorus frogs, and southern leopard frogs. The poisonous northern copperhead, bright red northern scarlet snake, and eastern glass lizard, a legless lizard that looks like a snake, are some of the reptiles that live in the state. The state's tree varieties include hickory, oak, maple, pine, and magnolia. Here you can also see a dwarf pawpaw, a tree with fruit that tastes like a cross between a banana and a mango. Look for native flowers such as wild columbine, purple milkweed, wild geraniums, and coneflowers. Some natural resources from Virginia. One of Virginia's top natural resources is its forests, which cover 62% of the state. Virginia profits by selling timber, which generates about $17 billion each year. The region is also known for mining coal. Some fun facts. 8 U.S. presidents were born in Virginia: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, Zachary Taylor, and Woodrow Wilson. These presidents' homes are open to visitors, including Washington's home, Mount Vernon, Jefferson's home, Monticello, Madison's home, Montpelier, Monroe's home, Highland, Harrison's birthplace, Berkeley Plantation, and Tyler's home, Sherwood Forest Plantation. Many words we use today came from Virginia's Native American languages. Raccoon, moccasin, hickory, moose, skunk, and chipmunk are a few of such words. Actors recreate life in colonial Williamsburg, a working 18th century village where blacksmith work, colonial meals are served, and more. Many of the buildings here are the originals from the 1700s. And now we're going to watch a quick video with Barry the Bald Eagle tours Virginia with his friend MC Carla the Cardinal. The buds check out historical landmarks and some goofy animal friends.
Bald Eagle. Hey yo, I'm DJ Pigeon and I'd like to introduce y'all to our national bird. Make some noise for Barry the Bald Eagle, our state-by-state chauffeur. That's right, y'all. What up, what up? Come along with me, my sisters and brothers. We're headed to one of our oldest states, Virginia, a place like no other. Let's give my friend a warm welcome and a southern style holla. She's a state bird of Virginia, a cardinal, and her name is Carla.
Hi, Barry. Welcome to Virginia. We have a long history and a lot of charisma. We're the birthplace of 8 presidents, and Jamestown was the first permanent British settlement. Our nickname is Old Dominion. In honor of Charles II, he was once the King of England. We saw the Revolutionary and the Civil War. We have historical monuments the people love to tour.
Coast to coast, state to state, gonna tell you about a place that will make you great. So just fly with me, fly with me, fly with me, come on, fly with me. So much history in just one state.
Let's fly to Richmond. It's our capital, and it's great. It's got the James River, and it's in the state's middle. Hey, do you think you can solve this riddle? What was the capital of the Civil War era Confederacy?
I'm guessing that Richmond is the city.
Yes, Barry, you're really quick.
Well, you were talking about Richmond and it sort of clicked.
Virginia Beach is our most populous city, and we share border with our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
Coast to coast, state to state, gonna tell you about a place that will make you great. So just fly with me, fly with me, fly with me, come on, fly with me.
Virginia's land is super neat. We got the Appalachians and the big old Chesapeake. I got a lot of friends there. It's my jam. Some of the finfish, blue crabs, oysters, and clams. We have the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Great Dismal Swamp. The Shenandoah Valley is a great place to romp. We host government agencies like the CIA, home to the Pentagon, which is also a shape.
Coast to coast, state to state, gonna tell you about a place that will make you great. So just fly with me, fly with me, fly with me, come on, fly with me. Coast to coast, state to state, gonna tell you about a place that will make you great. So just fly with me, fly with me, fly with me, come on, fly with me.
So can you name the 8 presidents from our state?
I'm Barry, of course I can. Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Harrison, Tyler, Taylor, and Wilson.
Maybe you can be president.
Can a bird be president?
Well, let's go find out.
So that is the end of our social studies on Virginia for today.